In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order. Everything has an opposite. These opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Polarity. Polarity is the concept that everything in existence has two opposite yet interconnected aspects. These opposites are part of the same whole and cannot exist without each other. It's often discussed in terms of balance, duality, and contrast. This means hot and cold are both temperatures, just different points on the same scale. Light and dark are both aspects of illumination, one in presence, the other in absence. Love and hate are both emotions, just at different ends of the feeling spectrum. During the next few episodes, dive deep with us into the 21st century topics of these different spectrums.
Man, it's good to be back here with y'all. First ever Polarity Series episode. Y'all know the vibes. This is the spot for the convos that sound like the barbershop talk mixed with philosophy lecture, So, but there's always a little bit of pettiness to throw around, So we're going to stir the pot up and we're going to stir it up messy today. And y'all know who in the building tonight. It's your boy Shano, still from Nassau. Damn, I ain't like that one. I can come back on this intro right, y'all. It's your boy Shano, still from Nassau, still asking questions that probably get me blocked in people's DMs. But hey, somebody got to do it. I'll be a guide through the day's chaos. Yeah. Let's meet our debaters. First up, debater one. Let the people know who you are and why you brave enough to be here.
I'm brave enough to be here because it's me. It's just me. But it's the alchemist himself. That's what they know me by. Bending energies, limitless, timeless, in the building. So yeah, because I am what I am. Yeah, I am what I am.
All right, debater two, your turn. Flex up a little, man. Let them know why you gonna cook tonight.
I don't know who it is. It's your boy Dello. You know AKA because if you don't know what it is and you've been living under a rock realistically. Nonetheless, we here with an exciting topic. I here to show my boy Vano why I could prove my point and why everyone in the world, yeah, bold statement, the world, can agree with me after this debate is done.
Okay, all right. The gloves are coming off early, I'm scared. But yeah, the topic tonight is love in the age of options, and we also have a subtopic: are soulmates still real, aka real love versus situationships? So here's how we're gonna warm up. I want each of y'all to explain what you see as the polarity of this topic. Where's the pull? Where's the tension? Then claim your side. Don't play neutral. Switzerland don't exist in the studio. So let's go.
When you say the polarity, what do you mean? Like how
both sides
is
contradict.
both sides contradicting, or how is both sides relating?
I mean, wherever you see
That's
the polarity,
polarity.
bro.
The contradiction and the
whatever.
relation.
That's
right. So I feel like this topic is one that is extensive, and polarity in terms of this topic is very heavy due to just the fact of one day you could be one and then the next you could be the other. And not even one day, 1 hour, it's able to switch in between the laws of this topic. And it could be due to like just matters of heart changes or differences that I would say circumstances that has occurred within life of love, within the life of love, personally. So yeah, that's my polarity in it. And your boy coming to represent with team situationships all the way. I polarity in this because I into real love, but we representing the situationships tonight. We can take a look at the past and see why niggas was in the situationship they was in. But yeah.
Oh man, this guy is a fool, bro.
Yeah, I feel
Anyways,
that shit in my chest too. So
yeah. However, for me, I feel like the polarity of the situation is. I mean, sorry, not the situation. The topic is the IG body versus the corporate girl. One look nice on the outside, it'd be totally different on the inside. And one look kind of, I'd say basic. Sorry to my corporate girlies. I know y'all could do it up, y'all could dress it up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't it. But just the example I have.
Yeah, them.
One, yeah. one look basic. One look basic, and then, it's full of substance, it's full of knowledge, it's full of fulfilling quantities. And I feel like that's the polarity within these situationships and these love in the age of options and the soulmate. One side is full of substance and the other side just won't be, superficial essentially.
all right, that's cute. But is that a real argument on Facebook status though? That's cute,
Right,
no.
you just call out.
I'm not talking to you though. I'm not talking to you though.
I ain't calling them ugly, bro. I ain't calling no corporate girl you ugly, bro. That's one. If they're putting words in my mouth, if you can quote me on this debate, say what I say and don't say what you think I mean.
He definitely putting it on you, Vano. You getting these punches. So I feel you about to get punch up. So, all right, we got one side holding it down for team situationships, and we got the other side holding it down for team real love. The stakes are loaded. It's locked and loaded. Now it's about to get messy. So at the end of the day, the real question we asking are basically is are monogamous relationships outdated or are they sacred? That's the drumbeat under all of this. Like everything else just remixed to the same song for real. Like that's the question we trying to answer today. So
Can
here's
you
how it's
ask the
about to
question
go.
again?
So the question again is are monogamous I can't pronounce this word. Maybe this thing isn't for me. Are monogamous relationships outdated or are they sacred? That's like the whole underlying thing. So real love versus situationships, love and age options, like we just really trying to explore. Is this sacred or is just something of the past now? Like what's there? Because there is a new candle being lit. We can't deny that fact. Which is why we have the two sides here. Just still expressing the fact of love, saying how we can't express it. So yeah, here's how it's about to go down, guys. We are gonna do 3 rounds. Round 1, you make your case, no interruptions, straight TED Talk vibes. That's how we doing it. Round 2 is a back and forth, quick hits, jugular, 30 seconds each. Think a boxing match, but with feelings. So, and then round 3, round 3, I'm coming rapid fire questions. I'm coming rapid fire questions. I'm your girl. This an argument right now, huh? Where? Who? When? You? I see you, huh? Where? Who? Right. I'm coming at you just like that. So that's how we about to go down tonight. So if nothing else is said, then let's get to it. Round 1. Make your case. First question we have today: is today's love built on real emotional connection, or is it just all transactional convenience? Debater 1, the stage is yours. You got 2.5 minutes.
Is today's love built off what? Can you repeat the question?
Is today's love
You
built
listen,
on
second
real?
time you didn't ask someone to repeat the
Listening
question.
it's long, brother. It's long.
You gotta take it in doses.
Right,
So
bro.
Della, when you delivering these strikes, you can't go for the big KO. You gotta have them rock. All right. But the question is,
bullet in the chamber, aiming for the head.
the question is today's love built on real emotional connection, or is it just all transactional convenience?
All right. How much time I get now?
We got 2.5 minutes. Let's go, buddy.
All right. So today's love is built off transaction. Simply because our generation, and not just our generation, the generation even before us has now adopted this system of what can I get, what can I gain. That's simple. It's a simple transaction. If you talk to most girls, it's like, what are you going to pay for? What money are you providing for? If it, you talk to males, they say, when are you letting me in? When will we get to the bedroom? How fast can we get to the bedroom? It's simply transactional. So it's not based off real sacred love. It's based off the love of transaction. That is my argument. Simple.
All right, you wish to say anything else? You still have a little more time. You got like a minute and a half left.
I still have a lot more time.
A minute and a half if you want.
So when we talk about these transactions, it doesn't just have to be based off sex, and it just doesn't have to be based off money. I think a lot of transactions could even come from comfort. Transactions can come from um, replacing something that I was looking for before, in terms of, I had a baby daddy, but you look like the ideal baby daddy. So now you can take care of my child as the baby daddy. Or simply, you look like my ex, you talk like my ex, and you do things better than my ex. So these transactions are not just money and sex anymore, but it's a wide, broad spectrum of what these transactions can be. These transactions can even be fantasy, in terms of younger boys for older females, and then you can't tell.
I can't even drink stuff to like.
Younger
You sure it's
boys
me
for
who gay?
older females, or uh older males for younger females, in terms of, those transactions, those fantasies live. So yeah, that's my point, man. That's a quick wrap up. That's an easy one to just say what it is,
Q for
especially
sure,
these days.
for sure.
All right, all right. I understand that. Really feel like you made great points, Vano. But however, as for my stance,
Make your case.
I definitely do believe that there is real love in this world. Now, before I get started, you know me, you always gotta set the precedent. Okay, let y'all know what exactly I'm referring to. Now, love for me is a complex range of emotions, behaviors, and experience, characterized by intimacy, passion, benevolence. Yeah, even like to anyone, really, a person, an animal, a creator, however you feel. I feel like real love is definitely still in this world. Now, when it comes to relationships, me for one, I believe in monogamy. Always seen it, always had it. However, the trend now is most definitely a transactional convenience. However, I feel as if though there is a shift happening in a sense of social media is portraying us to believe that the options out there only want transactional convenience. However, if you would actually go outside and touch some grass, there has to be a connection before anything happens with most people. Most women nowadays ain't giving you the light of day if they ain't even attracted to you. Before we get to the money, and before we get to the cars, and before we get to the bling, don't get me wrong. Get some women out there who definitely shallow and only would go for that. However, any real woman, real person knows for a fact that if there's nothing of substance, if you can't treat me nice, if you can't take care of me, taking care of me meaning cater to me, that doesn't mean that literally means that they are looking for real love. Love you too, baby. See that? Talking about real love, she just come and blow me a kiss.
All right.
Anything's wonderful,
All right, we'll
but that is
keep
my
that off there.
stance on it.
For sure, for sure. So you got a little bit of both there. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest. Gotta be real about it.
You know. So round two.
Say status stance, man.
Round two. Round two. We on round two now. That's said and done.
I don't know nobody who's come out sprinting in the first 200-300 meters of 50 and 100.
Oh, okay, okay,
She ain't no
okay.
quick race, bro.
All right.
Run your race, brother. Run your race. Don't worry about that.
Round two.
Yeah.
Continuous conversation. Question two. Can we build strong love without structure? This one's fast. Y'all got 30 seconds each back and forth. No monologues, none of the, yeah, save all that.
No.
Think Uno, hit him, pass and run. Let's go.
Watch out. 30 seconds. No. It don't matter if it's love. It don't matter if it's a car. It don't matter if it's your house. Nothing without a foundation has strength. Nothing about your personal life will ever have strength if you don't have morals, if you don't have values, if you don't have a foundation. You would go for anything. I mean, we all know the world-renowned saying, "He who stands for nothing falls for anything." That's my point right now.
Well, I'm gonna twist that question and say yes, because we could get the structure later on. So what if I start to build a love without the structure, and then I realize that we need a structure? Ooh, wow, damn, we don't have a structure, so now we need it so we could build for love. Yes, love is here, but it can't go forward without the structure. So now we realize we need a structure. But hey, we 5 months in. We already mess up on each other, but now we need a concrete structure. Let's build a structure now and keep the 5 months and then reach a year. So yes.
Next.
I highly disagree simply because how do you make it to 5 months if there's no structure in this relationship? If this person is continuously pissing you off, this person is continuously disregarding the emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual needs, if this person is consistently saying, you know what, F you think at a point where you think you can wait till you reach your boiling point to say, hey, let me communicate how I feel about this. Hey, let me set a
Next.
precedent of,
I mean,
ooh,
yes, you will wait until you reach your boiling point. But exactly, yes, you can reach 5 months even with a person pissing you off and reaching you to your max, because you're gonna realize and sit back and say, hey, it's some differences here. It can be house differences, it can be culture differences, it can be differences of how we grow up. You may have grown up off love, I may have grown up off survival. So we may have two different aspects on life, and I may say, hey, this person really loves me, but they have to learn how to love me. I have to
Next.
learn how to love them.
it's all good to teach someone how to love you. However, it gets to a point where teaching is not enough. This person has to retain the information that you're giving them. Where are the foundation and the precedence of the information that needs to be retained to keep this relationship going, to keep this bike moving, to keep this boat rowing and floating? There's never ever any strength to that. Because how do you know for a fact that when you reach out to this person, that this person wouldn't just be like, you know what, if I ain't this for you, if I ain't that for you, I ain't good for you, F you.
Oh, your
Next.
competitor is quiet.
So, well, let's understand something. How long does it teach you that? How long does it take you to actually interpret and intake information? You didn't just get to grade 1 and within 2 months you was taking BGCSEs or BJCs or SATs. No, it took you a specific time to get to those exams because you had to learn something over time. So if you're teaching somebody, you now also have to be patient for them to intake the lesson and then commit to the action to show you if they learned or
Get
not.
him.
That is good. I appreciate that point of view, Ronald. However, you are not expecting a first grader to do what a 12th grader can do, and every teacher knows the difference between a 12th and a first grader. If you know for a fact that you have a first grader in your midst and you are at a third grade reading level, what sense would it make for you to constantly try to get someone to read a
Get him.
book that they have no idea on vowels, phonics, or even words, how words are created. I understand that, but hey, it don't make no sense to me.
So that then brings you to knowing the partner that you have, or knowing the person that you decided that you wanted to go forward with love in. And then you decide if you need the structure. Back to my initial point. You realize, like, hey, I can't give you
Get
this
'em.
structure. I have to give you a specific structure. So I can't give you the third grade level structure. I have to give you handwriting structure. I have to give you phonics structure. So yes, it all comes into knowing the person and knowing the lessons that you are displacing. Because it may be too much food for somebody to chew, like the old people say. So now you got to give them to you. Now you got to give it to them in bite bits and pieces. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about how much you're giving and the patience of
All right, that
of knowing
concludes
how
that
to learn.
round. I don't want to hear nothing else.
No, man, you can't hear nothing else, man. You gotta hear one more thing. You gotta hear one
We
more
can. I
thing.
get y'all. I get y'all. Everyone will be just. I promise you, everybody will be justified after this one.
I can't.
I know
I'm
that's.
so glad you proved my money.
Y'all ain't supposed to let them keep
Money.
talking. I tell y'all, eat them. This is not the time to be nice and trying to spare. And no,
Eating.
I don't care what you eating, bro. You better eat these
anyone with
questions. I
sense,
better get y'all.
anyone with sense realize you won't eating Bono.
If they
All
get
right.
sense, then you wrong.
Round
Pretty
three.
starved to me.
Round
All right, round
three.
three.
Get sense, then you wrong.
Okay, last round. Shut up. Lightning round. I'm throwing questions like dodgeballs in gym class, you know. So you can't duck. Quick takes only, you know. So
Bono, I will be ready for this round. You know, you only really used to dodging balls. You like, get you.
I'm gonna send this first question to Dello first. Let me send Dello first.
Like, yeah, see what I was saying.
Are soulmates still real? Yes or no? And don't overthink it.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
soulmates are still real. I believe in soulmates. I believe in the fact that that word is plural, that we can have more than one soulmate. I feel like we have soulmates in our spiritual life. I feel like we have soulmates in our emotional life. I feel like we have soulmates in our friendships, and we have soulmates in our excuse me, mental. We have people who think exactly like us. We have someone who have the same type of benevolence as us with our friendships. We have someone who might believe in the same creator as us. And I feel like when you with your soulmate, it's never a situation of it's instant clicking. It's always a situation
Okay,
of
that's
you
pretty
have
good.
to
That's pretty good, bro. I
grow,
like that. I
and you
love
have
that.
to make sure that you pour into the person that you choose to be your soulmate.
Ronald, real love versus perceived love. What's the currency right now?
When you say perceived love, what you mean? As in, would I see it as? Would I accept
Real
it
love
as?
or perceived love? Whether you count it as real love or perceived love.
What am I counting? You got it. Give me some more. Give me some more.
Real love versus perceived love. What is the currency right now? Which one? Choose one of the two.
Oh, in life.
Yeah, what's the
In the
currency?
world is what's going on.
However you take it.
I perceive it's perceived love. Definitely, what people actions are towards you, what they do for you. It just goes back to my transactional argument of what people perceive. What can you do for me? What am I gaining for you? So what am I perceiving? Perceived love, anything.
Dello, future of love. Freedom to flow
The
or sacred bonds holding firm.
the future of love. For me, I feel that the trend is split in both ways. I feel like a lot more people are starting to realize that a growth and a partnership and a camaraderie with someone over amount of years is a really beautiful thing. And the beauty is not all glitz and glamour. However, when you look back at it, you realize that there is an immense and really asinine amount of beauty in how much you can love and grow and change with and for a person. Now, on the flip side, don't get me wrong. Like you say, like the main topic for the night, there is love in the age of options. However, I ain't gonna knock it because a lot of people starting to be more comfortable with polygamy. A lot of people are starting to be more comfortable with y'all don't kill me for this. the multiple sexuals, as you can say that. A lot of people get more comfortable with the multiple sexuals and the different identifications of what this is and that is and how they choose to love and receive that thing.
All right, I definitely get that, bro. And Vano, are we falling in love or just into roles society set up?
Definitely just falling into roles. Not much people are falling into love anymore. Life, but we are definitely falling into roles. We are taking the roles of, okay, I'll be the provider, you be the caretaker. Okay, I'll take care of the host and I'll just give you the money. Okay, I'm the baby daddy, you the baby mother. Not more so of just husband and wife anymore. And even then, with husband and wife, I feel like we fall into those roles of husband and wife because our generation finds it hard to break those rules and break those patterns of what a husband and wife is. We more so have this ideal picture of it and we don't create our own picture.
All right, and Dello, dating apps, open relationships, polygamy. Is love evolving or straight up dissolving?
I like that question. I really, really like that question. That's loaded. I feel like I can talk about that all day because you can make a case for both sides. However, I'm going to say that love is evolving and not dissolving. Love dissolving would be a blatant separation of societies and countries, peoples, ethnicities, races. Don't get me wrong, all that is going on today. However, it's not at the detriment of where we feel as if though we can't meet someone who would be able to give us a good time. We can't meet someone who might be able to give us something fulfilling for a part of our soul. However, and with that point, I feel like love is evolving because people are finding ways to love themselves differently along with loving as much and whomever they can, especially with the sense with the multiple sexuals and the polygamy that is being a lot more widely accepted, especially in cultures like Black culture and Caribbean culture, where it was a thing that was so disavowed and you really couldn't even live inside. Like that's something you could really get killed about. However, it's starting to be a lot more widely accepted, and these people now have places and spaces.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Bro, all valid points. Can't believe y'all survived this one. Always saw both sides. Both sides matter, situationships and real love shaping how people move out here. One ain't racing the other, and the other can't coexist without the other. So that's just what it is right now, and that's what it's gonna be forever. We could say it how we want, cap it. It's just how people choose to see love, whether it's perceived to them and that's someone else's way of showing love, and they see it as perceived because it isn't up to their standard, their power, or whatever it may be. That's up to that person and how they perceive it. But that on the scale of polarity and the scale of love, you always showing love, no matter if it's situationships, whatever it's monogamously. So yeah, man. So round one, we heard the big picture philosophies. You know, Final came with us and he told us why he repping team situationships, and Dello came and showed us why real love matters. And the question is there, like, just to make your case, to tell us that is that real emotional connection still there, or is just all transactional? And we could see how it plays a part for both sides, for real, for real. We could, I'm sure it's proof. Everyone could relate to these things and these topics. Round two, they traded hands, like Floyd Mayweather. But they was giving too much breaks for me. I was too nice, for real, for real. I wasn't giving y'all no chance to eat, sleep, talk. What? No. I don't.
So it's our fault for having respect for the host.
No mind, no mind, no mind. Always have respect.
I mean,
respect.
so you saying we should interrupt each other?
For debaters,
I
30-second intervals a little bit more. I mean, I know. I'm not even letting you finish your point. You only got 30 seconds. You better make it count. Make it count. But yeah, man, round three. Although it was supposed to be a little bit fast, I like that we got to touch a little bit more on a lot of the different questions, a lot of the different scopes of it. Y'all provided like super insightful answers, more than I was anticipating. But I think was beautifully said at the end of the day. So props to both of you, no matter who agrees or disagrees. Y'all brought the realness to the table, so respect for real. But this debate is over, and after really thinking about it tonight, I would have to call Vano to win ahead tonight, and I could go into it, I could not go into it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all think Dello is murking Vano, let me know, bro. Let me know, bro. And if y'all agree, Vano is... But let me know whatever it is. You know, we rock with it. We all here. You know, y'all know we do this together for real, so it's all love. So,
Hey, that's what I say. That's why this polarity, bro. Because you know we could feed off each other topics. I know he could talk about situationships, and I could talk about real love. You know, even if first the role. So,
Yep.
definitely, bro. It's just a matter of at that time who really explored the topic better at this time. Even in 30 minutes.
At this time, Shauna was saying that Vano did it better. However, we have clips coming out. We have the video.
We have the proof. And in truth, bro, I think you just stick to your character. It wasn't that Vano really win. It was just his style of presenting the situationships, that fast approach, that you was really sticking to that real love, that structure, that formality. You gonna respect. So y'all really embody this topic, bro. I cannot not say that, bro. So
trust me, the people could feel
the people
me
gonna know. They gonna
emotional
feel it.
connection. The people could feel me. The people could feel me.
Wait till the joke.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.